What's up, YouTube? It's your girl AK. We are back with another video. So y'all, it's been a minute since y'all seen me. I'm gonna give y'all a quick market analysis on USDJPY, right? And if you're curious about where I've been, what I've been up to, the direction I'm taking the channel, all of that, stay tuned to the end of the video. I'm gonna get into that, talk about all that. But for right now, I'm gonna jump straight into the charts. Super raw, super cut, super quick. Let's get into it. Let's go. All right, so I am about to break down USDJPY. If you see me looking down, that's because I'm looking at my laptop. I don't have my monitors right now. I just want to change this up a little bit. So if I'm looking down, I'm looking at my monitor, I'm looking here, I'm talking to you guys, right? But let's just go ahead and get straight into it, right? So I'm really just looking at USDJPY, honestly, for a while, right? I just want to stick with my yen pair for a little minute, okay? I missed the yen pair. So right here, I want to show y'all kind of how UJ has been moving, right? I actually caught a quick short last week, as you can see, very quick. It was a cool 1 to 4, you know, could have held it for so much more, but we're gonna talk about that. I'm actually gonna save it. I'm gonna save that breakdown for another video, so stay tuned for that, right? But right now we're gonna talk about where UJ is going right now. Okay, so we're gonna start on the weekly time frame. So boom. Okay, so as you can see, weekly time frame right here, we are in the bullish on the weekly. Now something I did notice is that right here, as you see, our last candle did kind of close as a doji. I'm curious to see if we're gonna like kind of show some weakness here this week. I'm gonna explain why I think that, right? But so far overall we are bullish, like long term, but I am, you know, suspecting some weakness around this level. So dropping down to the daily time frame, we see that right here on the daily price, we did what? We came up, made a high, right? Lower high. I'll show y'all the line chart, right? We made higher highs, higher lows, right? Until price came down and we broke structure on the daily. You can see it way clearly right here, right? Okay, so currently I'm potentially looking for sales, potentially, right? Not set in stone yet. I do see that we had this big drop, which I did say that I caught last week, a little bit of it, and then we had this pullback into a little bit past this golden zone, right? So right now I gotta kind of wait for a little bit more information to confirm sales, right? I can't just get in here. Now the reason why I think that we might see sales, is because I think there's a chance that right here on the weekly, we could be seeing a weekly pullback real soon. And I do see this weekly pullback coming back to this level. Let me take off these EMAs for a second so y'all can really pay attention. So if you look at the weekly time frame and just kind of notice what the weekly has been doing, right? If I drew a fib, our last fib, we were at swing low, right? Swing high. We had the retracement to what? Golden zone, right between that 61 and that 50%, as you can see, right? And then where did price shoot up to? We broke weekly liquidity, right? And we are basically, we wicked at the 27 extension. So we got to the 27, right? We wicked at it. So we're at an area where I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some kind of retracement on the higher time frame, you know? So I'm anticipating a retracement soon on the weekly. I don't want to assume it, but I am trying to watch for the sign. So again, I see that last week we did finish the doji. I'm curious to see if we're going to show weakness here and kind of come back below. And if we do, right, if you wanted to draw another fib, because we did get to 27, if you drew another fib, swing low, swing high to these wicks, I wouldn't be surprised if price came back down to this psychological level, because not only would we be retesting, let me get my drawings real quick, not only would we be retesting this broken structure, right, we broke structure here, right, but we also will be retesting the psychological level 160, and then there's also this 38%. So I'm just looking to see if we are looking to sell back down to 160 before heading back up. It's kind of what I'm watching for. But before I jump the gun, again, daily we did get that bearish break of structure, so we did come down. And if you jump to a 4 hour, you can see on the 4 hour the structure also shifted. So right here, we had this one big push, came down, came up, broke structure again. We came back to retest that structure, and then we sold. That's why I took my sell, right? We sold like crazy, and we're coming back to that 4-hour area interest. We actually made it here, right? And we had a nice bearish reaction to this 4-hour area interest. So price came back, grabbed liquidity, had a nice bearish reaction, right? So things are looking pretty good. The thing I'm really waiting for, right? Today is Tuesday, right? It's Tuesday morning, 7 in the morning. Something I'm waiting for on the daily, because y'all know I'm really big about price action, right? Our last candle that closed was this big bullish engulfing candle, right? Y'all know that I do not like to take a sell if my last daily candle was this big bullish engulfing candle. So really what I'm waiting for, I am waiting for price to kind of give me this indecision candle, which is kind of creating right now, right? You can see that we're kind of showing this little doji, this little bearish doji of like indecision. I would rather wait for this daily candle to close and then wait for the next day, right? Because usually what happens, right, you'll see this candle close, right? You'll see price kind of come up and grab a little liquidity in the candle, and then the next drop, the next leg, right? Usually that's what happens. So I'm just kind of waiting to see how this daily candle closes today. If we close this indecision, that is a great sign for me to potentially get into sales, right? My 4-hour is already, you know, making lower lows, lower highs. 1 hour doing the same thing. So I'm already in a good position to take sales, right? Time frame is already moving my direction. I just want to see that daily show me that indecision first. It will make me just a lot more confident than just entering right after this candle, right? So I'm just waiting. I'm sitting on my hands. I'm not touching anything today, but tonight I will be checking back to see how this candle closed and to see if we will get another sell opportunity. And again, as far as targets, I am looking at swing high, swing low, right? We have liquidity sitting right here, right? We have a 27, which kind of lines up with this psychological level 160. So really 160 is my main target area, but I'm looking for target TP areas. Then liquidity will always be my first, you know, take profit. And then we have this 160 level right here. So really this level and then this level is kind of what I'm looking for. Yeah, just waiting to see this daily kind of close, and then once this daily does close the indecision, I will drop down to the 4-hour and kind of look for some kind of break and retest entry. So yeah, so far we're just waiting, sitting on my hands. I will be sending updates this week on UJ to see what we get. Now if price decides to break back above, right, let me get my, here we go. If price decides to break back above the 4-hour area interest or back above the swing high, obviously I would no longer be, you know, interested in the trade, right? Price has to stay below. It's two things, right? Price has to stay below my 4-hour area interest, right? And price also has to remain bearish. If price decides to shift up bullish, I'm not taking this trade, right? So that's just super important to me. But yeah, I'm gonna wait to see what the daily does. Now if the daily does decide to just today just engulf all this, that just wasn't my trade, right? Because I just said I don't want to enter, you know, a sell after having this strong, you know, bullish momentum candle yesterday, right? So I'm waiting for my sign, waiting for my entry. So I'm gonna be patient, let y'all know what I see, and I will report back to you guys. That is mainly what I'm watching for. If I'm looking for anything else, I will send it out on the Telegram so y'all can see it, but I just want to keep this super short. Cool little market analysis. Now let's get out of the market analysis and let's talk about me. All right, what have I been doing? Okay, I have been away for a little bit. I'm gonna be completely open and honest with you guys. I needed like a small mental break, right? Ever since I kind of blew up back in like last November, it's been posting multiple times non-stop, right? So I kind of just needed a week to just slow down a little bit, because I noticed in June my posting schedules, like my video quantities was just like lacking. Like I wasn't pushing out enough videos as I was like the past couple months, and I think that's really from like burnout. I can't blame it all on burnout. I have been traveling a lot like crazy, or I've been traveling like crazy. My schedule has been really messed up. So, you know, I haven't really put much time into editing, and I have to really stop and like have a conversation with myself and like tell myself like, hey, if I really want to grow this channel and I really want to give you guys value, I need to really kind of look to outsource some of that work, right? Because I know myself. I know I love to travel. I said it all the time, like my goal is to trade and travel, so that's not changing, right? So I'm currently in the interviewing process. I sent out some applications for some YouTube editors, right? And I'm currently interviewing them to see who's gonna be the best fit for the channel to kind of help me with my production and with my work, because I do really love giving you guys value, and I want to keep pushing out videos. I love pushing out videos, right? I just, as of right now, like the current state I am, I know that if I want to keep up the momentum, I need some outside help. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Another reason I've been away is because I've been working on some other passive sources of income, right? So I mentioned this a little bit on my live streams. If you watch my live streams, which I need to do another one like this week, sometime this week. But if you watch my live streams, you hear me say that if I ever want to take my trading to the next level, right? If I ever want to go full-time with trading, I have to really step it up. I can't do the same thing I was doing last year, right? And what I mean by that is, for one, I need to be trading with some capital. We're going to talk about that a little bit more. But another thing is, I can't just live off of just, you know, like strict trading profits. I need to have like other sources of income coming in, right? So yeah, so I've been working on that. One of it is related to automating my trading. I talked about that a little bit in the live stream, not super in detail. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in the future, not too much right now. But I've been working on automating my trading, back testing the automation, you know, making sure things are good there, and yeah, and working on just other different avenues where I can, you know, have passive income. Because again, I don't want to just be, you know, I want to make sure I'm like set. Like if I do decide to go full time, like I want to make sure I am set up for success, right? I am really trying to take this to the next level, right? This is currently July 2026, right? It's my birthday month. I turned 24 in like less than like what day is it? It's the 7th. In 7 days. Yeah, I turned 24 in 7 days. And y'all, year 24, I want to be in a completely different place now where I was in year 23, right? And I understand that I can't keep doing the same thing over and over. I have to step it up, right? So looking into the other passive sources of income, working on that, right? And as far as like the trading account, again, I'm gonna talk about my trading account size and like my goal and targets for all that in a separate video. But just know that I've been working on really expanding my trading account, right, in a way where it's super sustainable, right? Because the way I've been doing my risk management, it's been okay, but I don't find it super sustainable. So I'm trying to make my trading more and more sustainable. That has been the goal for me. That has been my biggest goal. I'm gonna talk about that a lot more later. I'm not gonna talk about that too much right now. I just want to give you a quick update about what I'm doing, what I'm up to, my goals, what I'm working on, right? And this video I'm gonna push out myself, but pretty soon I will have an editor like handling the videos for me. Oh, one more thing, the challenge. Okay, I kind of put the challenge on a hold, the 110K challenge. The reason I did that was because, for one, my favorite pair just was not moving the way I really wanted it to, and I was finding myself trading a lot of different other things, and those setups just wasn't playing out like the way I wanted to. Like they would play out, but they would take so long. Like these other pairs are just so slow, and it kind of helped me remember why I only trade in pairs, because trading anything else is like a headache to me, and I did not like doing that. So yeah, that's something that I am kind of putting on hold right now. The reason I'm putting it on hold is because a lot of you guys have been reaching out to me, and it seems like what y'all really want, honestly, is some kind of course. Y'all want some kind of beginner course, an A through B, A through Z, you know, step-by-step course where I really just show you the strategy, like from the very, very beginning to like the very end. And I think that's even more beneficial than a challenge, right? I think this is something where y'all can always go back, rewatch it. You know, if you have questions, you can always hit me up. And I think it's just the most beneficial, right? So yeah, I think like my goal for this summer is to knock out a course, and it's gonna be on YouTube. It's gonna be free, of course, and my editor is gonna help make it, you know, look really good, right? So I'm excited for that. Just pushing out more educational content. That's kind of where I'm leaning more towards, just the educational content, right? The challenge can come back later. Doing more breakdown videos, kind of explaining like, you know, how I got to my potential trade, how I made what I made, right? The very last point I'm gonna bring up is what happened to the group chat? Okay, so the group chat, I had a Telegram group chat as well as a Telegram like announcements where I sent out my announcements and stuff. I got rid of it because it was just too conflicting with my ideas. Like, it got confusing where I was sending out my ideas and then 20 other people were sending out their ideas and nobody really knew who to follow, and it got very confusing, and I just didn't like the confusion. So I decided, let me take this chat off of Telegram and move it to a different platform. So I'm looking at making a new chat but on Discord, so this way that's y'all community, y'all can do y'all trades, y'all ideas, you can make connections. And for me, my Telegram is gonna be me, my ideas, my thoughts. And you know, if you just want to see what I'm thinking, Telegram's for you. If you want to meet other people, join the Discord. And I think that's gonna keep it a lot more separate, a lot more, you know, less confusing. And that's kind of the direction I'm looking for. So look out for those announcements for when I'm gonna drop the Discord. I have a few concerns about, for one, people imitate me a lot. It's so crazy seeing people imitate me. I hate that people try to use like my face and my brand to scam people, because if you know me, you know I don't sell anything. Like, everything I give out, I just give out. And so the fact that people try to like use that and scam people, give people money, is so like disheartening to me. So I feel like I need some kind of moderator to really pay attention to that Discord. So I'll figure that part out, but that is something I do worry about. I see it on TikTok too. Like, I see people send me screenshots of like, it looks like me talking to them on TikTok and it's not me, and it's so insane. Like, because people on TikTok don't really know me, so they probably actually are getting scammed, and I hate that. So I mean, it just comes along with it, I guess, but that is something I am like just not liking, not something I don't like to see. But yeah, those are my updates. Hopefully I covered everything. Hopefully I answered y'all questions. I miss y'all so much. Like, you don't understand. Like, I've been dying to pick up this camera, but I just really needed a mental break for myself. It's been so long since I've actually like placed a trade by myself. Like, I feel like since November, like last November, almost every single trade I sent out, or almost every single trade I placed, I've like sent out or went over. And it's been so long since it's just been me in the charts. You know, like, it's been a while, and sometimes that outside influence can really get in your head, can really change up your ideas. So I just needed just a little time where I'm just like, just me in the charts, you know, just me and my ideas, watching my ideas play out, building up my confidence, right? I just needed that, and I got that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions, right? I am going to send out a breakdown video for that UJ trade sometime this week, so y'all can get that, right? And then at some point we will start the course. So I am super excited, super happy. I hope y'all doing amazing, right? It is a new month. It is July. We are 6 months in, well, really to the 7th month. Oh, we're at the home stretch. We're almost at the end of the year, you know. Hope y'all had a great 4th of July. And yeah, y'all, until next time, y'all have an amazing, blessed day. Bye.